Hello everyone, I'm Cole from the Kingdom, and today we're discussing my favorite Pokemon, because why not? Originally it was going to be top 10, but I got carried away with what would be honorable mentions. So instead we're doing top 30, but I'll go through the first 20 pretty fast. Also, most of this is subject to change. If I made this video a year ago or next year, it would probably have a bunch of different ranks. So here we go. Hydreigon, because this thing is super creepy and I'm here for it. I like its Pokedex entries too. I read those and I thought, I will teach him to love. Lycanroc, because I love its variety of attitudes. I think that's a neat idea. Plus, I love dogs, and Lycanroc is a good boy. Tropius. I like the typing, I like the design, and I like bananas. Empoleon, because it's a penguin in a regal suit with a trident crown on its head. And was the third evolution starter of my best friend at the time when I first played Pokemon Pearl. Boltund, because good boy. Glaceon, because adorable ice cat. This guy, because badass Thundercat. Nidoking and Aggron, mainly because I like the design, and Nidorino's double kick was the only way to stop that stupid f***ing Miltank in Soul Silver. Trevenant is really cool. I love ghost types, and I love grass types, and I love how it protects the forest and all that dwell within. And since it's a ghost type, I imagine it's really good at scaring travelers away without even directly attacking. Caracosta gives me Bane vibes for some reason, but like a good version of Bane. That's actually my nickname for him. I like the water-rock combination, and the fact that he's a turtle. Poliwrath, because I think it's such a unique design and type combination, and the name. Poliwag, Poliwhirl, Poliwrath. Pangoro, because it's a giant fuck-off panda chewing on a twig. And it's got this long coat thing going on. Long coats are cool. I feel like I'm the only one who likes Raichu more than Pikachu, which honestly only makes me appreciate them more. I like Pikachu well enough, but I dislike the popularity of Pikachu. Staraptor, because I like the design and the name, plus Starly was one of the first Pokemon I caught in Pokemon Pearl, which holds significance for me. Mimikyu, because it's the favorite of one of my best friends, and it's just so creepy, I'm here for it. Mimikyu. Primeape, because he started one of the best battles of the anime, and I feel he doesn't get enough love. Frostlass, because pretty creepy ice ghost. Ninetales is beautiful and amazing, and the #1 favorite of an old friend of mine. So she holds a special place in my heart. Although I struggled with her in Soul Silver because she was honestly kind of fragile in battle, but it's fine. Electivire. Got such a cool bestial design. I like the twin tails especially, very unique. And Electivire versus Infernape was amazing. Yeah, Paul was Ash's best rival, no further questions. So finally at number 10 we have Charizard. For a while he was my #1 favorite, but honestly he's a little overrated. A little. That's why he's number 10 for me. He's a freaking dragon that isn't a dragon type and has a flaming tail. He's also one of the third evolutions for the Gen 1 starters, meaning he's one that a lot of early players formed a great attachment with. Even now his popularity has endured. Charizard. Plus he is also responsible for some of the best battles in the anime. And at number 9 we have Milotic. She's breathtaking. If I saw her swimming in a lake, I would stop and admire her incredible beauty. Honestly. The weird, whatever these things on her head are a little off-putting at certain angles, but all in all, she's just so beautiful. And she was also in a great battle from the anime, so. Coming in at number 8 is Feraligatr. For a while, I didn't care for the name because it was too close to alligator, and I like the more creative Pokemon names. But really, I have always liked the design. Even more so when I played Soul Silver and he became my starter. That was the second Pokemon game I ever fully completed, and he's still my boy. And in the number 7 spot is Lucario. I mean, I love dogs, I love honorable warriors, and that's exactly the vibe Lucario gives off. Plus his aura reading ability makes me want to be his friend and partner even more. In number 6, we have Luxray. Look at this guy. He's awesome, what more is there to say? I actually missed him, I think, on my first time playing Pokemon Pearl because I didn't care for the way Shinx looked, or Shinx's name. The former of which has grown on me, but damn, this guy. His fur looks like armor, and that expression really makes him look like a warrior. I have such badass images in my head for Luxray, not to mention his awesome name. I guess now is the time for some honorable mentions. Torkoal, Hitmonlee because Bruce Lee, and I really appreciate a kickboxing Pokemon for some reason. Polteageist, I just love this name so much, it's so stupid and really shows how out of ideas they are. Lombre is my boy, I just loved him in the anime. Plus, grass and water is a cool type. Blastoise, He just barely didn't make the list. I think the reason I hesitate with him is that his mobility doesn't look so great, so it's harder to imagine him in a cool fight. It's doable, just I hesitate. Which sucks, I want to love him as much as Charizard. Chandelure. I don't know why, I like it. I think it's a neat idea. I like the fire ghost type too. I think Scyther was one of my favorites as a kid. It has sword arms. And Thievul, for no other reason than it's Swiper. That'll do it for honorable mentions. I could be here all day. I would do a tier list, but there are way too many Pokemon for that. So at number 5 is Grovyle. I freaking love him so much. He was my favorite of Ash's Hoenn Pokemon, and I did not care for Sceptile's design at first. It always looked like it should have lost some of its mobility when it evolved. I know it doesn't, it's just Grovyle looks better to me. And I like its leaf blades better too. God, Leaf Blade is so cool. And at number 4 we have Decidueye. 1, Ghost type, 2, Grass type, 3, it's a freaking owl, and I love owls so much. 4, it's like an archer, and I love archery. 4.5, it's very similar to a fan Pokemon I made a long time ago. And 5, its name. Decidueye. Fuck yes. And number 3 is Absol. I think it speaks volume that Absol is number 3, but I never have him in my team because he's not a great fighter for how I like to play. I also don't recall ever seeing him in the anime. No, he makes it all the way to number 3 just based on his name and his lore. Absol is known as the disaster Pokemon. Whenever it shows up, a natural disaster follows, leading to the misconception that Absol is causing it. But that's not it at all. Absol just knows a disaster is coming. He's not causing it. He's trying to warn people. My boy! I love him so much. And we're coming down the home stretch with number 2, Torterra. Turtwig was my starter for Pokemon Pearl, which became the first Pokemon game I ever beat. I played Red and Blue, but didn't beat them. I missed Gold and Silver. I really wanted to play Gen 3, but never got the chance until kinda recently. But I finally got back into the games for Gen 4, and Torterra, my buddy, carried me through to become the champion of Sinnoh. For that, Torterra will always hold a special place in my heart. And finally, number 1, Articuno. Look at her, she's beautiful. Articuno is beautiful, majestic, breathtaking. I can hardly imagine how it would feel to see her in reality. Also, I just really love ice types. I like cold weather way more than hot weather, and Articuno kind of embodies that for me in a way. She's just so cool. And then there's the name, just as majestic as the Pokemon herself, Articuno. So that's gonna do it. I don't know why I made this video, but I had a lot of fun doing it. If you want to see more Pokemon content from me, let me know in the comments section. So that's it for now, my friends. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to comment and like. I'll see you later.